Hello, good morning, everyone. I just wanted to make this video as a health update and like a small testimony of what's been going on and how I've been, because I know a lot of people have been asking, and that in itself is like really amazing. Thank you so much to everybody who reached out to me, took care of me, and did everything they could for me during this time and prayed for me. I think one of the only reasons I made it through this was because of the prayers of the saints. So, for a little background before I tell you what was wrong with me, I want to let you know that I was born with congenital heart disease and lung issues. I was born, it's called tetralogy of the flow, with pulmonary atresia and MAPCAs. And basically all those big words means I have a hole in my heart, my blood doesn't flow the right way, it's the most severe form of the heart condition, tetralogy of the flow. And I was always told that like I had one lung that wasn't really working. Um, my oxygen level on a good day is in the 80s, but it can go down to the 50s, and I won't even really notice it too much, which is a blessing from God in itself. But if you know anything about oxygen or O2, you know that that's not good, and most people are in the 90s, high 90s, 100s. If you're not, once you get to 80s, they want to send you to the hospital. So it's already a pretty crazy condition, but the Lord's kept me this whole time. um, but saying that, I say that I actually caught COVID-19, and from the beginning of the year I was terrified of this disease because they said that it attacked your lungs. And like I just said, I don't breathe as well as most people. So I thought, like, if I catch this, I'm going to the hospital. Like, that's not because I want to, but because that's where it's going to put me. Um, so when I caught it at first, I thought I had just a bad, like, I just felt off. I didn't even feel like, regular sick. It was just like off. Like, I don't feel good. I was really tired, just so fatigued, and I was at work when I started to feel fatigued. The next day I went to work. I was there for a few hours, and then my boss sent me home because I was just so exhausted and just started to feel like some nasal congestion and just all of those things. As the disease progressed, the nasal congestion got worse, and I was like, wow, maybe I just have really bad sinus infection. But I figured, I'll be back work by Tuesday. We had somebody else that was going to be out, so I was like, I'll be back by then. The nasal congestion really got bad on Sunday, and I stopped being able to taste or smell anything. And when I say taste or smell, I mean I could not taste or smell anything. It was really strange. It's a strange sensation. I can't really explain it unless you've been through it. Um, and then I started thinking, well, maybe I have COVID, but a cold can do that too. So I was like, well, I could also have a cold. I'm not trying to freak out. So Monday I was gonna go to the quick care, but I decided not to. Then I ended up, because I woke up late, and if you don't get there and like you're not the first one, you're gonna be there a while, and I wasn't feeling good enough to sit anywhere for a few hours. So I went there on Tuesday. They asked me if I wanted to be COVID tested, and within 8 minutes, that test said I was positive. They had to wait the full 15, and I was feeling a little bit better by Tuesday, but just really off. My O2 was at 50 or 68, and she wanted to send me to the hospital then, but I was like, I really don't think I need to go. I'm feeling fine. I warmed up my hands and it shot up to 89, and so she let me go home. I was like, thank God. I was praying that whole time. I'm like, Jesus, please, I do not want to go to the hospital. That's the last place I want to go during this whole thing. Um, so she sent me home with a Z-Pack. I warmed up my hands, again to make sure she wasn't going to send me to the hospital. I got home, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit scared, but at the same time I was like, if this is it, this is it. Thank God. The next couple of days though is when the shortness of breath and like hard time breathing really started. And I'm not gonna lie, that's when fear kind of really set in. I was like, oh my gosh, because I would only feel bad between the hours of 12 and like 4 in the afternoon. And then after that, it was like I was not perfectly fine, but I was way better. So I would be up doing stuff. But I felt I felt like, oh my gosh. And I just kept asking, Lord, please do not send me to the hospital. Please. I was like, I know you're going to get me through this. Sorry. But I say this was scary, guys. I mean it. And I just knew, and my husband was praying for me every morning and every night and in between. And he had to go to work that day. He felt so bad. The next day, that Thursday, but um I had so many people praying for me. I had so many people being kind to me. I had the Thomases, they from my church, they came and actually cleaned my house, which helped so much. And she Melinda told me to open up my doors and let in fresh air, and that really changed everything kind of dramatically for me. I was able to breathe a lot easier. This was just really scary. But I knew God was with me the whole time. Whether it was just the kindness of others, people kept checking on me. And you don't really know how much people actually care until something happens, and then but I just want to thank everyone again that was praying for me, that helped me out. Cole and Melinda and their kids. I want to thank Pastor Doug and Lady T for their prayers and for having the congregation rally around me. Lynn Boswell, Priscilla, Elvis, the people in Panama who were praying for me. I mean, it just blows my mind how much people cared and how kind they were. And like all the people that checked on me, all the people that asked if I needed anything, they would help me out and brought me food. It was amazing, guys. Um, and I, I'll never forget how kind everyone was and how much it meant to me and how it helped me to overcome the fear of this thing. And I was I just asked the Lord. I asked the Lord for a few things because I was just excited to be home, and I was just excited that like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, because I'm prime candidate for this to kill or to put in the hospital for a long time, you know? So I was just asking God, I really want to be better before Christmas. I really want to be able to get up that week, not because of anything other than I want to be able to give to some of these people. I want to be able to spend the time with my family, and I want to be able to celebrate him with all of myself, because he's the only one who could heal me, who brought me out of my sick bed, because no one else could help me. The doctors couldn't help me. There was nothing they could do besides try and make it a little easier on me or try and keep me from getting other diseases. But this, whatever this was going to do, it was going to do. But God had his hands on me. And by Sunday, I was feeling a lot better, but I still had felt a little bit sick. But I was like, no, God, I'm just praying for a negative test. I'm praying that I'll have a negative test by Christmas so I can see my family, at least my parents, you know. I take this disease a lot more seriously now. Not in a I'm super scared anymore because I've been through it, but in a I don't want to do this again, and I don't want to put others through this, because it really was hard, and it really was. It puts you out. It's no joke. But I also respect my God so much more. I know that he's gonna pull me through, and I'm not leaving this earth until he says so. That's obvious to me now, but I asked for that, just to be able to get up and do things. I wanted to be able to do, like, cook. I love to cook, so I wanted to be able to get up and cook for my house again. Well, like I said, I was feeling better by Sunday. I took the test again on Monday, and I slowly started getting better. And I mean, yesterday I was wrapping presents for people, and just that was a joy, because last week I couldn't even think of doing something as tiny as that, and that was so exciting for me. Well, I'd asked and asked, and I said, I'll make this testimony video giving God the glory and showing how he brought me through by Christmas Eve. But I didn't know if I was going to get a test, because they kept saying, high volumes, because it's the holidays. This morning when I woke up, I found out that I had a negative test, so I'm going to get to see my parents, and that means, that means a lot to me. Um, I'm just so excited, and this Christmas means so much more to me now. It means, the person, Jesus, the God, the man who came and died and he rose again. He's the one who connected me to the Father. He's the one who brought me through this. He's the one who sent his Holy Spirit to be my comforter, to be there with me during this whole thing, and to be there with me through the rest of my life. And I don't have to wonder if he cares or if he hears my prayers. I don't have to wonder if I have a family of believers that care. I know that they do, and I just want to say that everyone, I'm praying for you too. And I know that people have had worse things happen to them, but this is just another way God has been teaching me to trust him and to love him and to just lean on him, because he has my back, and I just want him to want you guys to know that he has your back too. That no matter what's happened, no matter what you're going through, he can bring you through it. And you're not going to leave this earth 1 second before you're supposed to. He has his hands on all who love him and all who believe in him. So I just want to give you guys a Merry Christmas, and I'm sorry that I'm such a mess right now, but hopefully it shows you this really, really affected me, but I'm just so thankful to everybody. I'm mostly thankful to God and to what he did for me and how he brought me through this without having to go to the hospital even once. I'm just grateful, and I give him praise, honor, and glory. And so, like I said, Merry Christmas. Spend time with the people you love if you can, and take care of yourselves and continue to lean on him, because he's got your back. I love you guys. Bye.